Hi friends, thanks so much for being here. In this video, I'm going to share everything about my first trip to Universal Orlando. I honestly had the best time of my life. It was such a dream vacation. I've always wanted to go there. As a European, it's quite expensive. I mean, it's expensive as it is going to the parks, but add up plane tickets and an extended stay because we stayed 5 days at Universal and 6 days at Disney. Yes, there will be a video about Disney as well. It's a lot of money, so I had to save and I finally got to go. And today I want to share my experience as a European, my first trip. I wouldn't say it's a culture shock, but it is completely different. Plus, I got to experience everything for the first time. So this is kind of like my vacation diary that I wanted to share with you guys. All the clips that I'm going to insert are not edited. It's just me being my dorky self and being a kid in a candy store because I just thought that everything was amazing and fantastic. And because we've spent 5 days over there, we've seen a lot. So this will be a two-part video. The first part will be all about the Wizarding World and the second part about the rest of Universal because there's a lot to see. And then, of course, everything was decorated for Christmas. So that also means Christmas merchandise. And yes, I bought a lot of stuff. So there will be 2 haul videos coming up, one for Universal, one for Disney. Also, guys, for this part of the trip, I met up with Tabby from Gryffindor Bookworm, Allie from Magical Alley, and her cameraman, also known as her husband, Chris. These people, oh my gosh, I miss them. Like, these people are so like-minded. We just had an instant connection. It was so much fun, and you will spot them in the following clips. So where do you start when you go to the Wizarding World? Of course, you go to Diagon Alley. First up, Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. This shop was absolutely fantastic. The ceiling is super high. There are kind of these wonky stairs everywhere. You cannot go up, but it makes the entire thing look so magical. They have a lot of merchandise, some of it that I have never seen before, and of course Umbridge. There's Diagon Alley shop signs. There's a robot, the decoy detonator, of course a lot of Pygmy puffs, beautiful posters, and you can also see the Christmas decorations. That's Tabby. You can see an extendable ear. So the teeth are also for sale, very funny. Of course, the big pointy finger. Skiving snack box, they had those as well. I actually wanted to buy one, but I thought they were too expensive. A lot of love potion merchandise. And some Weasley's Wizard Wheezes postcards. I believe these are from Mina Lima. And of course, when you go to this shop, you also have the opportunity to adopt a Pygmy puff. And adopt means buy. You get to name it, and then the cast member that is in the shop will like kind of announce that you've adopted a Pygmy puff. So that's kind of special, and I thought it would be fun to do that.
Attention, attention, all witches, wizards, and muggles! I'm Miss Leanda here with me today to take her very first Pygmy puff, which she's decided to name Nova. Can I get a huge round of applause for her, please? Thank you.
There's a lot to see at Diagon Alley, and we visited, I think, every shop. Among my favorites are Madame Malkin's, where you can see some of the Harry Potter outfits that were used in the movies. I also really like the ambience of Wiseacres with all the little telescopes and like astronomy vibes. Of course, we also stopped for ice cream at Fortescue's, and I got the butterbeer ice cream, which was really delicious. And we even took a shot of fire whiskey at Diagon Alley. I mean, it does what it promises. And one of the newer shops is Globus Mundi, which has this travel theme because it's kind of a travel agency for the Wizarding Worlds. Let's go inside. I love these big clocks and then the brooms up there. Beautiful posters. I don't think you can buy these, but I'm not entirely sure. I also loved this new kind of merchandise of Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. I really like those kind of prints. A lot of key rings. A Night Bus hoodie. 9 3/4 merchandise. A Night Bus t-shirt. I like those, but I'm not a fan of like that color purple. I wish they would have used a different one. More Hogwarts Express, 9 3/4 platform. Oh, and these suitcases, you guys, these are so pretty, but so expensive. I mean, look at all the details. And this model of the Hogwarts Express, it's yours for $160. So of course we also had to visit Knockturn Alley. And let me tell you, it's amazing. The entire Knockturn Alley part is so dark, so spooky. And just every cast member that is in Knockturn Alley is also very Slytherin, very kind of moody towards you. When we went into Borgin and Burke's, and this is definitely Allie's favorite shop, we went there, I believe 3 times, or maybe even 4 times. There is the fantasy cabinet, and one of the cast members were, do you know you can actually open it? And we were like, no way, can you? Yeah, sure. Just put your hands on there and say, and he was like making fun of us. Yeah. Let's take a look inside. Up here you can see the troll foot umbrella stands, and you can just instantly see this has dark and spooky vibes. There's a lot of cobwebs, a lot of skulls, the vanishing cabinets, and when you listen closely, you can hear something. They had like a lot of pins here, phone cases. That's my partner actually in the pawn show. Some Noble Collection items. And a lot of stuff that were here in the glass cases were not for sale. But they really like add something. And what I also like about all the shops at Universal is that there's a counter, but you can also just go behind it, because there's also like a lot of merchandise behind the counter. So don't feel awkward. Just go over there. It's fine. They're used to it. So the only thing that I was missing at Diagon Alley was the fact that Flores and Blots isn't a shop that you can go into. I mean, come on, it's books. And I think they can do so much with that. They can just sell all the Harry Potter books there, the special editions. They can also do book covers. I mean, the possibilities. I would buy everything at that shop. So I feel like that needs to happen. So what do when you have visited Diagon Alley? You take the Hogwarts Express. So you can ride the Hogwarts Express 2 ways. You can go from Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade or from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley. I just rode it one way, so I didn't get to experience the other way, but apparently it's a different experience. So what happens is the doors open, the other people get out, and then you can get in. It's exactly the same as in the movies. So you just sit down in your train car, and then there's this little clip that kind of plays when you go to your next destination. And I got to see Hagrid because he was like waving when we left the train station. Very fun experience overall and definitely worth it to do it like once at least. And then it's time for Hogsmeade. So as I told you guys, it was my first time and Chris was so nice to film my first reaction to Hogsmeade. It was pretty crowded that day, so it was a little bit hard to film, but I think he kind of captured the moments.
I'm scared. Just ignore Chris. This is just for your memory. Oh, that's awesome! Oh my gosh! Oh, that's amazing!
Okay, I'll get it. Let's go.
That is insane, Chris! Oh my god!
And yes, all the people at the site were for Hagrid's motorbike adventure. So at Hogsmeade, there are less shops than at Diagon Alley. So if you go there for the shopping, definitely spend more time at Diagon Alley. But there are some pretty cool shops here as well. And of course, the first stop had to be Honeydukes. I just love this shop. I think it's so much fun, so colorful. I love the black and white tiles. Again, the Christmas decorations. Oh, that's Chris. A lot of chocolate frogs. Wands, cobwebs, exploding bonbons. Love potions, liquid luck. And I just love all the decorations. This is a little bit of the Christmas merchandise. So these are all Christmas ornaments. Then of course Birdie Bot's every flavor beans. It's quite a big shop. It was bigger than I expected. Peppermint toads, fudge flies, glacial snowflakes. I had never seen those before. Tooth splintering mints. And some pink coconut ice. You can also buy water bottles at this shop and they have this label that says Gilly water. And over here some jewelry, some stuff for your kitchen, and Ali really liked these little spoons. Before we headed to the last shop, we also visited the 3 broomsticks. You can get some nice food over here, and of course I tried all the different types of butterbeer. I think the frozen butterbeer is probably my favorite. And just everywhere you go, you feel like you're there. Like everything is just so beautiful. There's so many details. Even the cast members wear different types of clothing depending on the shop or the location that they're in. It's just so immersive. And then afterwards we went to another shop. Surprise, surprise. It's Dervish Banges. I love this bit outside. You can see me in the reflection actually. But this is a howler, like a little clip of the howler that Molly sends Ron. So Dervish Banges. Let's go inside. So they had like a mix of everything. There were some Quidditch supplies, but then also a lot of clothing. All kind of t-shirts, hoodies, and again some Christmas decor. I love these flying brooms up there. And again, the upper part is not accessible, but it just looks really pretty. Some school ties. And then over here they have this cup, which I wish they would sell, but they don't. You can buy brooms, robes, and this is for every house. So Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and you saw Gryffindor at the beginning. Some mugs. I love these old books that they just put everywhere. And then a close-up of the flying brooms. I was really impressed by those apparently. Some more t-shirts, the flying schnitz. Here we can see Ellie and Tabby looking at some lanyards. Some notebooks, house t-shirts. And there was a little wand section at the back. And what is kind of special about this shop is that they have a cage. And in that cage is the monster book of monsters. And every once in a while, he does something. And I was just waiting for that moment. And I caught it on camera.
Oh, it's That is awesome.
And of course, we also visited Grimmauld Place, the night bus, and I mean all the attractions. We did it all. My favorite is probably Escape from Gringotts and then Hagrid's, but also just the Hogwarts Express. The Forbidden Journey is also really cool. I'm just not like a big fan of the 3D rides. I feel like they're not updated enough, and that means that some people get sick. That also happened with our group when we went to the Forbidden Journey, which is the ride at Hogwarts Castle. Chris and my partner, they actually got very sick afterwards, which sucked. So overall, I feel like Hagrid is definitely like the top ride at Universal's Wizarding Worlds. And you can tell because that line, it's insane. Such an amazing and magical experience, and even more magical because of the people that I was with. We also played Harry Potter trivia one night. It was just an amazing experience overall, and a big part of that is them. So thank you, Tabby, Ali, Chris. I really miss you guys. And I just had a fantastic time. It was definitely my dream trip. Why am I crying? It was honestly just the best vacation ever, and I'm glad I got to share a little part of that with you guys. And of course, part 2 of my first trip to Universal Orlando is coming, and a haul video. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and let's stay in touch.